Hello and welcome to Surprise Radio. I'm your host, Surprise, and with me tonight is the Dev. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks going on.
So, if you don't mind, would you introduce yourselves? Tell us what you play.
Yeah, for sure. My name's Ryan. I play guitar.
My name's Chris. I play drums.
I'm Tori on vocals.
I'm Barrett, play guitar.
I'm John. I'm the bass and synth player.
And how long have y'all been together?
We've been a band technically since 2019 is when we released our first single, and then we played like a small little pop-up in 18. So I would say let's go with 2019 is when we officially started moving out as the Dev and kind of releasing music and playing shows.
Who's your influence and heroes musically? Or non-musically for that matter?
Musically, I'd have to say my hero is Ryan Danley, the guitar player from the Dev. I've been in bands with him since 2012, and he's probably the single most incredible guitar player and human being I've ever met in my life. He's very inspirational.
So hard to live up to it every day.
If you let him talk, he will enlighten your life with his analogies, his coffee table book. He should write a coffee table book because his analogies and just the way he paints a picture with his words is phenomenal. It's an amazing human, and he inspires me every day to be a better person.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I thought I would be a hero, but yeah,
That was
Nah.
nice interview.
now I would have to say, man, there's a lot. I got a lot. But I have to say Gene Simmons from Kiss. Definitely just his on-stage persona and just business mindset and everything like that. So for sure.
Hayley Williams from Paramore and Christina Aguilera. Vocally, I just think they're awesome. I love their sounds. And that's kind of what I seek to emulate a little bit.
For me, it'd be Chris Adler and Jay Weinberg, of whom I got to meet at Louder Than Life. Excellent guy. I love kind of playing along to their music and love the way they make their art.
So for me, musically, it's my, guy that's on top of the pantheon is Jimmy Page. When I was growing up as in high school and a guitar player, and he was just the dude who I loved, his writing, the way he kind of like had this whole vision of what he wanted to create and how he wanted the band to be, and his style and just the swagger on stage that he had. And then in life, for me personally, as another guy who, I read a lot in high school, and I just love his, philosophies and ideal, was Hunter S. Thompson. So those are my two guys that I always kind of like look to, as my North Stars if I get lost, so to speak.
So tell me about your favorite song to sing or play. One that you're less likely to make a mistake, like not hitting record or something like that.
We'll go back to you.
Yeah. So for me personally to play within the band right now, like it changes so often. I've always, to me, like all of our songs are like our little kids, so some weeks, like some are nicer than others. But right now I'm having a blast playing Hellbent. And then like a cover song that I actually like to play a lot, and I do it sometimes on the road or just when I'm sitting at home jamming, is Sleepwalk by Brian Setzer. I play that song a lot. So
Especially during sound check.
yeah.
That's fun. For me, I've said it before, but I'm kind of like a dog with bone. Whatever new song we're working on is normally what I'm obsessed with, because I'm just excited about it at the time. So of course, now that we have Tori in the band, we were working on new music. The newer song we've been writing, I'm very stoked on it.
The new song as well is my favorite, but my favorite from the previous stuff, I would say that changes, but Queen of the Damned is definitely up there.
Yeah, for me, it's Broken Lies. We usually start with that song, and just kind of gets everybody, the audience going, gets us going, just gets the blood pumping. It's just like, it's a hard driving song, and really cool, guitar riffs and guitar needlies and whittlies and everything in there. So, but yeah, definitely Broken Lies.
Very high energy.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with my man Barrett here as well. Broken Lies is it's one of my favorite songs to play because of how many different changes we have in the song. So it's a very diverse song. It's not just verse, chorus, verse, and solo. There's some bridges, and there's a really cool reggaeton part that's in there. That's fun. That's right before it basically, you have that part, and then everything kind of slows down, and then it builds back up to go into this explosive guitar solo where both Ryan and Barrett are doing awesome stuff on guitar. And I'm playing some really fun bass lines on it as well. But that song's great. Everybody's also said it's a very high energy song, and it's a lot of fun for me to play. Not that I don't like any of our other songs. Our other songs are great too, but that one's really cool, especially for how diverse it is as a song.
If you were to tell a friend or a family member what song by the Dev would you suggest to them in order to get them into the band?
I'm going to say, for me, it would be Queen of the Damned because of how easily digestible and straightforward it is as a song. For a lot of people that I know that like rock music, that's kind of like a good Southern rock style song. It's got a fun drum solo part in the middle. The guitar solo is great too. I mean, everything about that song is a lot of fun, and lyrically, it's also a very empowering song as well. So for me, I really think that that's a good one to start people off with, and then let them, branch out into the other ones that we have.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Yeah, Queen of the Damned for sure, because that was our first music video, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Broken was the animated.
Yeah, it was just yeah. So yeah, because I just remember that music video. It was a lot of fun, and even though that the video looks like it's in a pretty big room, but that's actually a very tiny room, in a corner somewhere. Yeah, Uncle Lou's in Orlando, actually. But
small venue, fun as hell to play though.
Yeah, but like John said though, you can digest it, and most people I just send them there, and it's I think what's our highest streaming song right now on Spotify. So like, hey, yeah, go check that out. So.
Yep, I definitely agree. Queen of the Damned. It's just like a classic to me. When I think the Dev, I just think that song just really stands out to me. I mean, the word empowering was a really good way to put it, John. So good word choice there, buddy.
Stole that from you. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. I mean,
right, you're right.
Hey, if he stole it, that means he agrees with it. So I mean, I did okay. Maybe I should be your hero next time.
You never know if this one's recording though, so we had to do it the third time. That's the charm.
Well, yeah. So Queen of the Damned, I definitely think, because when I get to sing it, I feel like I'm the Queen of the Damned. So it's awesome. Do you feel like Queen of the Damned when you sing it?
I don't sing it, but when I play it, for
John
sure.
sings it in the shower.
No, I don't sing any of our songs in the shower. I don't do that. I sing other stuff in the shower.
Okay.
Italian opera.
So if someone came to me and they were like, what song of yours should I listen to get involved in your band? My question to them would be, what kind of music do you like? If they like kind of like pop punk or like faster paced stuff, I'd point them towards Broken Lies.
Don't listen to
Yeah, if they like classical, I'd say Run, but yeah, maybe Broken Lies for pop punk, or if they like Southern rock, Queen of the Damned. If they like more heavier stuff, maybe Shameless or Hellbent. But yeah, it depends on what they're into and what they'd like, and then kind of point them that way.
Yeah, I'd tell them to, pretty much, here's $5, go like them all and get ready for some new stuff. That's probably what I would tell them.
And if not, we know where you live.
Yeah,
We'll hunt you down and make sure you do like this shit.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Well, personally, if anybody asked me why they should get into the Dev, I would tell them that they were patient enough to do the same exact interview twice because the dildo that was recording didn't actually record the first time. And we joke about that, and I feel bad about it, but at the end of the day, y'all didn't have to do it again. Y'all didn't have to sit through this again, and I know those chairs can't be very comfortable. So first of all, thank you. Second of all, that really does show character, and I wanted everybody to know that you guys really do rock.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
man.
man.
I
Well, we're
appreciate
happy to be here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's just like deja vu. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I just pretend like it's, you know.
Hey, it was just a surprise.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I have to ask, now that you've taken over singing duties, Tori, do you have any songs that you're having a hard time getting into, or that you really do enjoy belting out, or anything like that? What's it like taking over?
I love belting them all out. I think that belting it just speaks to my soul. So when I get to, be out there, be the queen of the damned, be singing about, how being made for the stage and the spotlight, like that really resonates with me. Hellbent, who can't get down with a good party song, especially when it's got some edge to it. So every song, can we go back to that other question about my favorite? Because I think maybe whichever one I'm currently singing should be the answer.
Do you guys have a favorite tour or venue?
Yeah, so we've done a few runs now, and covered a lot of like states and cities, which has been cool. And we're excited again. I'm gonna plug it again, but we're excited to go back out on the road in August. Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, we're coming for you. But for me personally, well, obviously we had two big shows that were kind of one-offs. Welcome to Rockville and Louder Than Life, and great experiences. Just to be on those stages with those, that amount of people, fans, and the atmosphere, and just the vibe, and all the other bands, those were great. But for me, like being on the runs and little tours that we've done, there's one particularly, Tribbles in Piedmont, South Carolina, because it was one of those. It was on the very first run that we did, coming like in 21, in the spring of 21, so coming out of everything, and it was just, it ended up being like just a packed house, and just such a great time. And all these people were so thankful, and they were just like, thank you for coming out and providing entertainment and just being here. And you really got to see that connection that happens with people in live music. So it was really great for us, because everybody was kind of, been tucked away for a year and a half. So it was great for us to get out there and see that spirit of rock and roll, and just feel that energy from the people, and just get to meet some really awesome, new friends. And then, the people that work at Tribbles and the owner, they were just such amazing human beings and characters. And we partied all night with them. And we actually wrote Hellbent because we went there. Yeah, we went there, and Barrett came back and wrote Hellbent, and it was like, hey guys, like I just wrote this song about like this experience. And so it's really cool. And that place will always stick out, for me. And we're actually returning there, so I can't wait to go back.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun to return for sure.
Yeah.
For me, it has to be the Brickyard in Knoxville, Tennessee. That venue had a ton of energy. It was packed as well. The whole crowd was singing our songs with us. Our old singer was in the crowd, kind of singing with them. And they were all kind of like, together in a kumbaya kind of a thing. But it was a ton of energy, very electric, a lot of crazy, interesting characters there. A lot of crazy rock and roll explicit things happened as well, which we'll get into at a later time. But yeah, it was definitely a blast, and can't wait to return.
Yeah, she doesn't have any.
Yeah,
stories
you don't
yet.
really have any stories yet, but
Yeah,
I'm sure you
but
will.
one of my favorite shows is going to be something that we are playing between August 11th and August 19th in either Georgia or South Carolina, North Carolina.
Might get another date on that tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I would say for me, Laredo, Texas, for sure. That's probably my favorite, and Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Those two like really stand out for me. Laredo, we made some lifelong friends from there, and we were like a mile from the Mexico border, which was pretty cool actually. And then Hattiesburg, they had cougars, beer, pizza, and boobs.
Yeah.
So
You
what more
can't
can
go
you ask
wrong.
for?
You
Yes,
can't go wrong.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but yeah.
Boobs were out.
Yeah.
In Hattiesburg. It was fun. You just walk up to a table and there's how you doing? They'll be right out in front of you. All right, cool.
Here's some pizza and a titty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Titty. But my favorite was San Angelo, Texas, because it had this old Western vibe, like the way all the buildings looked. It was like straight out of a Clint Eastwood spaghetti Western movie. Yeah, I grew up watching those as a kid with my mom, big fan of the spaghetti Westerns. But The stage was really cool. It was a bit bouncy. My synthesizer actually fell off the stand, and I have a real nice dent in it from that show that I'll never forget. But it still works.
Twice.
No, I caught it the second time.
Oh, the second time.
I was, when we started jumping during the second time, I was looking behind me, and then I started fretting with my left hand, and I grabbed it.
I saw it. It was like in slow-mo, you know, it was insane.
It was great. But
Watching it
the
from
one thing that was fun about that show is the fact that before we played, after we dropped all our stuff off, we walked around the town, and it's a pretty small town. You don't have to walk very far to get anywhere. But we went to this bar that had this hot dog stand, and they had killer hot dogs. They were like gourmet hot dogs, fantastic. But we started talking with the locals and basically doing it old school and networking and letting everybody know, hey, we're playing, you know, we're from out of town, we're from Florida, playing a show at Dead Horse. And we actually had a great crowd came out to see us. We had the best time with them. Everybody was fun. We were hanging out with them after the show, drinking and carrying on. And it was a great time for me. I enjoyed it. Laredo was great too, but I think for me, San Angelo was one of the best experiences. In that bar we went to had some amazing craft beers, which was great. They had some amazing stouts. I'm a big fan of the imperial stouts. Anything that tastes like dessert that's got alcohol in it. Amazing, love it.
That venue reminded me of like an old like Western town.
Yeah,
in a way, like
it was
very,
it's-
very
the
cool,
whole
yeah.
thing. Yeah, everything. The way the buildings were, the fronts of them, it was
Yeah.
great. It was so
Yeah.
cool.
Speaking of tours, do you have any dream tour mates that you'd like to go on tour with? It could be somebody big or just some friends.
Yeah, for me, I'd love to go on tour with, you know, Prince and Huey Lewis, or Michael Jackson too. I could throw that in there. Like, I just would love to go on the road with like these huge superstars that I just admire. That would just be so insane to watch every single night after night after night. And those are like those dream, you know, kind of tours. But as far as other bands, I mean, we have a ton of friends that we're, you know, that we would love to go on the road with, whether they're bands from here or like other cities. But like contemporary bands, I would say maybe like Avenged Sevenfold or Mastodon would be really cool to tour with. Maybe Spirit Box too. Like, I don't know, you know, they're doing pretty well. Rivals, they're pretty cool. So, you know, we just want to go on tour. That's the thing.
Yeah. I don't think it really matters who with. I mean, we just kind of want to go on the road with anyone, form new friends, have crazy experiences, you know. If we're out on the road and we meet Jackass and we get to see them, you know, staple their nipples or whatever the hell they want to do, you know, that's fun too, you know. So I mean, whatever gets us out there has us having a good time and meeting new people and, you know, creating memories. That's what it's about, you know.
Well, I just saw Blink-182 and Kenny Hoopla opened for them, and I was so inspired. The singer's so energetic. They put on a great show. The drummer is so talented. They all work together really well and just put on an amazing show with so much energy. It's really inspiring.
I would say for me, I mean, pretty much any national band. We have, I know here in Florida, we have some friends, and there's a band out of South Florida called The Haunt. Definitely, they're actually kind of killing it right now. But definitely like to go on the road with them. I would say any female fronted act for
New Year's
like
Day.
for New Year's Day,
Yeah.
Pretty Reckless. I mean, you name it, for sure.
For me, I get to go on tour with Ryan Danley, one of my personal friends and my heroes, and Mr. Barrett Jones as well, who unfortunately you all missed it in the video that did not get recorded, but he's also a hero of mine. You know, I mean, I don't know him
I'm the
very-
original.
He's the original hero.
Yeah.
He just wants to put a synth part in one of our songs. and
That's
he's
right.
trying to go
That's
ahead
what
and
it
butter
is.
all of us up. you
Yeah.
know?
No, but there's so many bands that we know that we've gotten a chance to play with. I mean, there's some bands from like one band from Tennessee that was really cool was Belfast Six Pack.
Yeah.
They would be
Baptized in whiskey and raised on the titty.
Yeah.
those guys. He's got the shirt. This man has the
Yeah, I do,
shirt that
yeah.
has it on it.
They're
It's-
great guys.
They're great guys. They're
Southern,
really
it's
fun.
Southern rock.
Yeah, it's Southern rock.
Yeah,
So it's fun. I mean, if you know, and any, you know, if we for Tori, if we could go on tour with Paramore and open up for them, that would be incredible. I'm sure she would lose her mind if she got to hang out with Haley Williams.
That would be awesome. But T Swift swiped her up.
She did, yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Or we could tour with T Swift. I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
Open for both of them.
Both of them, yes. The Dev, T Swift.
You know, T Swift's manager. We got to figure this out.
Yeah, we got to figure it out. Dev,
Of course I know him.
Paramore, forget it.
I'm in radio. Of course I know him. So do you guys have any tours or singles or anything coming up? I know you've been talking about a tour that starts August
11.
and goes through August 19th.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, so we're going from here through Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina and back.
Vim Fatale, East Coast Invasion.
Yeah,
Yes,
with
with
backhand blue.
backhand blue.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a rager of a tour for sure. And yeah, we're also working on a bunch of new music as well. No release date on that yet. We're doing the tour and then coming back and recording all this stuff. So we will get that out to you as soon as we can. That's what we're putting our full energy into the second we get back. So
Yeah, and we do have one brand new song that we're gonna be playing on that run. So if you want to come out and check out the new stuff, drive as far as you need to get to one of the shows and come check it out.
and we're not Tool. Please record it on your phone, post it on social media.
Well, that's fantastic that you're going to be playing the new song. So that definitely gives all the listeners a reason to go to these shows to listen to some of the new music, see the new direction.
Absolutely.
Of course, yeah. You're not gonna want to miss it.
Do you guys have any sponsors that you want to shout out?
Want to go first?
Yeah, I want to say thank you to WB Gear, SIT Strings, Intune Guitar Picks, and then my clothing company, DOA Co.
And I would like to say thank you to the companies endorsing me, being SJC Drums, Collision Drumsticks, and Saluda Cymbals.
I'd like to say thank you to Dodge Motorsports, CNN, Fox News, ESPN
Wow.
Plus, Disney Plus, Hulu, Firestone Tires, and Ohio City Burritos.
John's base rig looks like a NASCAR, where it's just a bunch of
And
advertisements.
Sinful Servant clothing wear, even though I have none of his clothing, but it's Barrett stuff.
Yeah, I know.
He rules.
Although,
So-
if we could get Bucky's and Vicious Biscuit to get involved
Yes.
with the bands, those
Oh,
would be my two like dreams.
Yes.
I was thinking.
Just
Uh,
free
Free
amazing.
breakfast on
Yeah,
tour or something,
yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
fantastic.
God,
Vicious
we
Biscuit
could
is
just get
fantastic.
Buc-ee's, man. Some brisket, bro.
So you're into racing. Have you got to play any racetracks yet?
No,
Yeah, not yet.
funny
No.
because we did have a couple talks about that, but nothing that actually went through.
What
Yeah.
racetracks? Yeah, we
Yeah.
played Daytona.
Yeah, we played
Never
Loud.
mind. Yeah, well, no,
We drove our tour van.
Sorry.
We drove the tour van on the track.
Yes.
And we're doing about
drove
like
the tour
10
van.
miles an hour. And all of us are like, this is the greatest thing.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing.
It's a lot steeper than you think.
Oh, yeah.
I did-
Oh,
I-
yes,
I
yeah.
do. Why did I forget that Rockville was at Daytona?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've been
Chris.
there like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't forget.
Did you guys have any final messages that you wanted to share with your fans or anything before we go?
We are gonna be posting a clip of the new song pretty soon.
Like a raw clip, yeah.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that and, be contagious, like, share, etc. We
Exactly.
love you guys. Keep listening.
Yeah, love you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your continued support. Buy our merch.
And sharing is caring. So tell a friend. There you go.
That's right. It's a reading rainbow.
And as always, I will have all of their links down below with this in the description. So if you are interested in the Dev, or if you haven't bought their merch yet, even though you've listened to their music and want to get to know them better, maybe catch them on this tour, all that information will be down below. The Dev, thank you all so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate
Much
it.
appreciated.